The case came in the early year of 2014,
Okay.
and it was a family of 3 adopted children in an adopted home. The case came in for abuse. Children were removed and placed in foster care, and that's where I first met them. The 3 children each had individual problems that had to be addressed, which contributed to their behavior, negative behavior. Through working with the children, I was able to ask the courts or present to the courts their needs, their psychological needs, their educational needs, their physical needs, medical needs, and through that, and the children receiving what they needed, there was significant improvement, which allowed them to then be able to have visits with their adoptive mother. First there were supervised visits. And during these visits, I attended the visits to see the interaction, if there was positive or negative interaction between the children and the adopted mother. Also, the adopted parent who was lacking in parenting skills as far as disciplining her children, she was then referred to services that she had to complete.
And
They behavior issues that were contributed from attention deficit. They were diagnosed. They had not been diagnosed. Attention deficit disorders. There was substance abuse at birth. Doing in vitro. Developmentally delayed in some areas. So once these difficulties, or should I say problems, were identified, and then they received the services needed, that's when the improvement came in.
And what activities did you do with the kids? How did you help them?
Well, the kids, I went to their programs at school. I went to their programs at church when they performed in the Christmas plays and the Easter pageants and so forth. And each time I went, I think I enjoyed it more than they did. And as a matter of fact, now I still attend some of those, even though the case is closed. The adopted mother, she'll call me and she'll give me all the updates and, the new home I've been invited to. Their school graduations. So, and I see them in the mall, and they seem very happy now. The moment I think that impacted their lives the most was when they started receiving the therapies and the medical, what they needed. And I saw them blossom. I saw them become more open, not so timid and not so angry. They were like more relaxed. And that came from building a trust in me. And as their adopted, and seeing that I was able to communicate with their adopted mother, and they saw that we worked together for their good. And it went beyond where the typical hour per month that I went to visit. I would visit a little bit more. I would visit their schools, as I said before. I also, even after the case closed, I also tutored them. So it was good to see that their grades, went up.
Because you were a retired teacher,
I'm
right?
a retired teacher.
And how long were you teaching for?
I taught for 36 years.
Wow. Why are you a Guardian Ad Litem?
Besides my love for children, I wanted to do something outside of teaching with kids. I have 2 adult children, and I had some extra time, And I had spoken to someone about being a guardian ad litem. And I remember years ago, a family member, and this is like 20 years ago, had a guardian ad litem. And I remember the role she played in my great niece's life. And I thought, you know, what better way, what can I do, what can I give back with the extra time that I had? And I went to the courses, I went to the trainings, because I wasn't sure yet. I wanted to make sure. I went to the trainings, I listened, I did research on it, and I thought, you know what, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do, and I haven't regretted it.
I was just about to ask if there was anything that you wish you would have done differently.
Actually, no, I'm very proud of what I was able to contribute in all of my cases. They weren't all very easy, but the outcome was positive, and the goals that we set to meet at the beginning, at the inception of each case, the goals were met before we closed. The courts were very supportive. The judges listened to my suggestions. And if I needed help from one of the supervisors, they were only a phone call or an email away. So there were many questions that I had at first. But they were there to answer those questions and put me at ease, to know that I am doing the right thing.
Do you have any advice for someone who is considering being a guardian ad litem?
My advice is, please try it. Give it a shot. The rewards are immeasurable. Okay, it's beyond money. When you can lay down at night and you know that you've done something for a child, made their life better, because the children are our future, and all they want is love. All they want is safety. And if I can give that few hours a month to ensure that they get it, it's well worth it. So I advise anybody who is even considering it, please trust me, you won't regret it. I am Alma Bartley, and I am for the child.